I decided to sell my Ricoh GR3X. And I want to share with you my impressions and my final review, what I like and what I don't like about Ricoh GR3X and why I decided in the end to sell it. Hi there, Tudor Matescu here. In this video I want to share with you my experience over 2 years plus using Ricoh GR3X as an everyday carry camera, as a street photography camera, as a family camera, as a night street photography camera, and so on, as a snap machine camera. I've made several videos about Ricoh and I'm loving the concept, but there is something that it bothered me, and in the end I've decided to sell it, and I will touch on that point. But first, let's talk about this concept, the Ricoh GR3 and Ricoh GR3X cameras. APS-C small packetable cameras. But the cameras aren't packetable, and why they aren't packetable is not because of the size, it's because of the build quality. So because the cameras are sensible, and they can acquire dust, and they can't take shocks, they aren't weather sealed, it's not advisable to take that camera and put it in your pocket. So you must use a camera bag. And let's say I'm okay using a camera bag or a small pouch, it's okay. Next, the image quality, it is very good. The manual focusing controls are very good. The AF, it is acceptable. Overall, a great camera. And what makes this camera great, it is, yes, the small size, but also the lens. The lenses are really good, amazing lenses. And also the sensor, the color science, everything, it's screaming good image quality, good optics, good colors, and good operation. And also it's easy to use to make all kinds of pictures, street pictures, documentary pictures, snaps, and so on. So it's a great tool, a really great tool. Also it has IBIS, a leaf shutter, and the filter, and it is fully packed like a X100 camera, X100V. So a great camera, a really amazing camera, really loving the camera very much, but I didn't use it too much because of the f2.8 aperture, that it's crippling the low light capabilities of the camera, and also because of the AF in low light. So if you wanted to shoot this camera in low light, indoors or outdoors by night, you'd have some problems. But anyway, the camera can be used in manual focus. You have amazing controls to take nice snaps, and yes, the image quality, it is great. But the next point that I didn't like is that this camera is not coming with a secure strap. The strap is not a secure strap. You really need to buy a tight strap for your hand, like this Peak Design strap, and mount it on your Ricoh camera. I would not use the included strap, because the camera being too small, it is possible to drop it. And I'm not the only one who is saying this. In the moment that I've took this camera, I've dropped it in the first day. And I'm not the only user who complained about this. So this is a known issue. Because the camera, it is too small and too light, it is possible to drop it. It is smaller than a phone, it is lighter than a phone. And you aren't accustomed with the weight of the camera. So the chances to drop the camera are very big. Also, the camera doesn't have any protection regarding bumps. So if you'll bump it, I don't want to think what will happen. Lots of users bumped and dropped their Ricoh cameras and they've destroyed it. To repair the screen or to repair the camera, it is a no sense because it costs very much, so you will have to buy another camera. So Ricoh, it's a consumer electronic camera. Let's say you'll not broke it, let's say you'll not drop it, let's say you'll not bump it, and you will take care of it. But I don't think it's okay to have a tool on you that you must babysit it too much. It's not okay. It's not okay. So even if you'll babysit that camera and if you'll take care of it, in time will acquire dust. Even if you'll use it or even if you'll not use it too much. So it will acquire dust that it will be visible in your pictures, even in your street pictures. It happened this to me with my Ricoh GR3X, and also I didn't use it too much when I was able to observe the dust speckles on the sensor. So it will acquire dust. So this means your camera will drop the image quality in time because of the dust. A big problem. There are other cameras that have this problem, but Ricoh, it is the number one, I would say, from my point of view. I've used X100 series over 10 years. None of those cameras made me problems. I've used XF10 3-4 years, I think. No problems regarding dust on sensor. I wasn't able to see visible dust points on the sensor. It is possible that those cameras will acquire dust, but not like Ricoh. Even LX100 is not acquiring dust like Ricoh. So ultra sensible regarding dust. Next, the battery life. It is ultra poor because the camera, it is small and you have ultra poor battery life. You need to have at least 3 batteries with you. And the next big problem, and this was one of the reasons, and my main reason that I've decided to sell it, is that this camera that has this price tag, $1,500, it will break in time even if you'll not use it. The known issues like retractable lens problems, like the lens not being able to retract itself and not closing that blades, and so on and so on and so on. So this camera will for sure lose its value, and it's losing its value on the used market. At least in my used market, you can buy a used Ricoh GRC or GRCX at least at half the price. So I don't know what it's with the prices online. Probably, again, lots of people aren't realizing the problems that this camera is bringing to the table. So overall, I've tried to love it. I've tried to use it and I love it. And I'm loving the concept. And I've got great, amazing pictures. But it's not okay for me to pay $1,500 and to have a camera that will break in time. And also a camera that I can drop it from my hand and I need to babysit it, not to touch it, not to bump it, because it will have problems. So a very ultra sensible camera, if you are asking me, and it's not worth the money. If you want to try a Ricoh GR, a Ricoh GR3X, I think it's better to buy an example from the used market, use it 1, 2, 3 months to see what it's all the fuss, and after this sell it. It's not a camera to invest in. If you want and if you are okay in spending money and buying recurring Ricohs, I think then there is okay. But for me it's not okay. And again, don't get me wrong, I really love the brand, I really love what Ricoh is doing, but it's not okay. Make that camera bigger and make it stronger. Make it not broke itself. Too many reports. You can enter on the Facebook forums and also on other forums and search Ricoh retractable lens problems, Ricoh dust problems, Ricoh dying on you, Ricoh broken screen. Too many people are breaking their Ricohs, and if they don't break their Ricohs, the Ricoh camera will fail in time. So this was too much for me, and I've decided I don't want to have this problem. I will sell this camera even if I will lose more than half of what I've paid, and I've sold it and I'm very okay now not having a Ricoh. By the way, if you want to make better photos, you must know that it's not about the gear. It's about composition. It's about light. It's about seeing with your eyes and visualizing the picture. So for this, I've recently launched a course with my techniques to get better pictures. So if you want to learn to make better pictures and especially composition, why not join my Photography Academy? To get access to my course, you must be subscribed to my channel and join my membership Photography Academy level. When you'll have that level, you'll have access to my street photography composition course, where I show you how I am making the pictures and where I teach you how to make the same picture. So I'm telling you why a picture is good and why it's working and why I've decided to keep it in color or to keep it in black. So you learn lots of tips and techniques if you are joining the membership program. And more than that, joining my membership, it means that any premium course that I will launch, you'll have access to it. So join now my TM Photography Academy by subscribing to my channel and hit the join button from YouTube. Now, regarding the other small alternative of Ricoh, I think there is only one small alternative, at least for me, and that camera, it is Fujifilm X-F10. That camera was a really tough camera, a really good build quality camera with a nice lens. Yes, it didn't have AF as good as Ricoh, and also it didn't have all those settings and all those tricks that Ricoh has, but it was a reliable camera that I didn't had any problems keeping it in my pocket and using it. It was a very nice camera that was staying very good in hand because it has some weight to it. So it's important to have a camera that has some weight to it. The weight is helping you have a stable hand and it's helping you maneuver the camera better. A very light camera, it is very hard to use on the long term because, how I've said, it is possible to drop the camera and to bump it. So in conclusion, a nice concept. I think it can be improved. I'm not ditching Ricoh. I really do hope to see a Ricoh GR4, and I want these issues that the internet is full of them to be addressed. Problems with the retractable lens, that it's broken by itself. This is one of the biggest problems. This is why I've decided to sell in the end Ricoh, because it started to make me these problems. So the biggest problem of Ricoh is not that in the end it's small, it's acquiring dust and you can drop it by hand. It is the fact that the build quality is not okay. The problems with the retractable lens that will stuck in time, it is real. It is real. So this means your Ricoh in time will have a stuck lens, and this wasn't okay for me, and this was my reason to sell the Ricoh. This was my number one reason. If the reports in the future from Ricoh GR4 and the next iterations from Ricoh will address this issue, no problems regarding the retractable lens, I'm okay with the dust, I'm okay with the small camera, I'm okay with all other tidbits, but no problems of a lens that it's self-destroying in time. Then I will buy again a Ricoh camera. Till then, I will go with smaller or bigger cameras, because in the end, even if Fujifilm X106, it is bigger, it is more reliable. More reliable. And also that X100V, a great camera. Till then, please subscribe now to my channel, subscribe to my newsletter for more photography tips and tricks, and also please check my next videos. Thank you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.